Matt,
How's it going?
so well, so nice to see you again.
Same, likewise. Happy New Year, and yeah,
Yeah, likewise here. So, Matt, this is a new year, and last 2 years has been really hectic for everybody around the world,
uh,
and yeah, for different reasons. It's not just about the COVID thing; it's about new technologies that actually are on the rise, and this
yeah.
is so cool. And this is actually the reason that we are so curious, because technologies and how to use things and in order to improve lives, that's so cool.
Mm,
So that's why today our topic actually is very related to the trends, and it's about mixing like kind of a blend from the cryptocurrencies and curiosity. So let's ask today, hey, what if curiosity is a cryptocurrency? So, what have you heard about cryptocurrency, Matt?
yeah. Well, even before the cryptocurrency, I just want to comment on the curiosity cryptocurrency and this question: What if curiosity is a cryptocurrency?
Yep.
As it fits into curiosity-based thinking at large, and why I'm so curious to explore this question with you. Is that there is a process, a curiosity-based thinking process. We just call curiosity as simile. And remember, I was an English professor, so I love poetry and simile, right? Where you just
Yeah.
compare two things. And one of the things that we do is we find there's a lot of innovation by taking two things and putting them together. And we always say the quotes, right? The crazier, the better. And then by doing so, you can get, crazy ideas, but really innovative ideas, big ideas that may be beyond or even different from what we're talking about in this case, cryptocurrency. So I hope that we do this again and again in the future, where we compare dissimilar things about this. So to get back to your point, that's the curiosity side. Now on the cryptocurrency side, I am very curious to learn more, because this is an example of like curiosity, like living the curiosity life, right? Because I know very little to nothing about cryptocurrency, but I'm currently learning about it, right? I'm very often, consuming content or listening to people on both sides of it. Some say it's evil or bad or whatever, and some are very enthusiastic. So I'm in a moment of curiosity right now, which means a moment of active learning and exploring. So I'm excited to hear because I think you're much farther along this discovery journey, and I'm here, curious to hear what you think about cryptocurrency at large, and then even where you think curiosity fits in with cryptocurrency.
Yeah, actually, yes, I am. I've been working really hard, not just with the cryptocurrency, I think, but many things different in this environment. I would say is the digital assets. And over the last years, I've been, I don't know, working very hard and not just handling, but of course, developing and creating some kind of digital assets. And the cryptocurrency, it calls my attention actually in relationship with the curiosity, because there are some factors that are really important about the currencies.
Mhm.
One thing is that the currency, it it's a form of change of some value. So basically, you can use the currency in order to exchange uh, value. So basically, if you set a value for a car, and
Mhm.
you set a value for the amount of money that you have to the bank, so basically you will cross those concepts,
Yeah.
and it's an exchange of the value. So in curiosity, you are curious about, for example, dinosaurs, and
Yeah.
I'm curious about the cows.
Hmm. Hmm.
So the way I'm curious about dinosaurs and the way you're curious about cows, this is something that we can exchange in terms of value. Hey, how valuable is for me to get to be curious about the dinosaurs, and how valuable is to be curious about the cows for me, that I'm curious right now
Yeah.
about dinosaurs. And one of the other beauties,
Hmm.
and this is the traditional concept of our currency, but the
Hmm.
crypto. Hey, let's add the crypto thing. In the crypto, we are talking about intangibles. We are not talking about physical money.
Uh-huh.
We are even not talking about a centralized government or bank or any institution that actually has control
Hmm.
over the value of the money. But instead of those things, the value of the money, the amount of money, the amount of curiosity, the value of curiosity that is available is totally decentralized
Yeah.
because it's owned by people. So at the end, I was like, hey,
Well,
curiosity is a way of exchange ideas, is a
mhm.
way of exchanging experiences and how my experiences build on your experiences, and there's no control actually on the value and the price of the curiosity.
Mhm.
And what might be the price, it could be unlimited for some person, for some
Yeah.
people. And the beauty is that it grows and grows and grows on a
Mhm.
constant pace. That's my thinking about the, hey, yeah, curiosity, it might be a cryptocurrency.
That's interesting. No, that's really interesting. Um, and I'm writing down. There's I like the idea of value because ultimately that's what we're all in search of, right? Even if we're searching for truth, in a lot of ways, it's the search of value in that.
Yeah, it is.
And one of the things I was thinking about with this the curiosity as cryptocurrency. Again, I love comparing making impossible comparisons. Like I love it when people see something like this and go, "That's stupid" or "That's impossible,"
Okay.
because that means we're asking the right questions, right? We always talk about how do you get outside the box. You know, you're outside the box if people are saying you're crazy or stupid, right? If people are yelling at you from inside the box, then you're in the right place.
Yeah, usually.
Right. So, but it's fascinating because you start breaking it down and you think, and I was before this, I was kind of sketching down ideas around this question. And I was like, curiosity equals cryptocurrency. And I was like, impossible, right? And then I was like, well, the first thing you should do is ask, well, why? Like, why is it impossible? And then one of the first things I thought about is like what you had mentioned is, well, both are intangible. So now that we're in this intangible space, it automatically becomes a little less crazy, right? We're talking about these two things that, like a lot of times we devalue curiosity and we value other things like rote memorization or something that is more centrally controlled, like a single answer, and all of this. And there are a lot more parallels when you really break it down to what curiosity is versus, say, traditional intelligence, or how we traditionally understand, aptitudes, let's say, um, and the way cryptocurrencies versus traditional fiat currency, traditional currencies. And then the other thing we haven't even touched on yet is the way they both curiosity and the cryptocurrency, how and maybe this is also kind of flirts with the value part you're talking about. It's not just creating currency for an exchange of goods and services or value. They're also creating these communities that are really kind of unique and interesting, and even how the communities connect to the value of the currency, right? And it's interesting because I think curiosity, in a lot of ways, as we've discussed and experienced, it lends itself to communities and collaborations. Yet at the same time, like the cryptocurrency, it's decentralized, right? We talk about curiosity coming from the individual, then connecting with others, so it kind of has that back and forth of personalized and shared. And it seems like cryptocurrency has a very similar characteristic, if I understand correctly, and how they can be community driven, right?
Yeah, you totally get it. One of the beauties of the decentralization of the concepts, I mean, cryptocurrency and curiosity, is
Mhm.
that how the value is set for cryptocurrency, a
Mhm.
coin, for example, any of the coins that are available out there, and how the value for curiosity is set, because
Mhm.
it's really hard. Actually, you won't find an official institution, because this is the purpose of decentralization. Actually,
Yeah.
it's about the community.
Mhm.
The beauty about this concept is that it get more value when is executed. When you are executing,
Yeah.
it has some more and more value. For example, if you are curious today, hey, about the dinosaurs coming to life,
Mhm.
being alive again. So the more curious you are, that means that you are going deep in that concept, and you are going beyond that, the things that are possible, and you are going to the impossible thing. And
Mhm.
then the more you work, in that concept, and the more you spread the word, actually, because this is something that is about the curiosity as well, the
Yeah.
more you tell other people what are you curious about, and the more you share with other people curiosities, it
Hmm.
get it has momentum, and when you are getting the momentum, you are adding more value. I
Yep.
think at some point
Well,
we'll be able, and this is something that I'm totally sure about, that in some point
mm,
we will be able to exchange curiosity for something.
I
Maybe
like
in the real world, maybe on the metaverse, maybe on if you're going to the market, if you're going to the doctor, if you're going to getting some consultancy for some kind of a specific thing.
mhm.
There's a strong possibility for exchanging that, because it's curiosity becomes an asset, and
Yeah.
when you have assets, it has intrinsic value that you can exchange. And I think it's about the community, it's about getting curious, not just a couple people in the company or on your environment or your personal group. It's the more that we get curious,
I like that.
we are creating value, not just in one specific field, but
Mhm.
we are creating some externalities of value. That's why I think this might work.
I like that. I'm writing down so many things you mentioned there. Struck thoughts, right? And I was like, because you mentioned momentum, and we talk about the when we explain curiosity as the natural resource, or how curiosity can be converted into an energy. Well, you nailed it, because momentum is a type of energy, right?
It is.
Now it is something, right? So that ability to use, whether it's cryptocurrency communities or a curiosity community of sorts, to create momentum. But like, what does that momentum look like? I love what you said. Cryptocurrency has more value the more it's executed, or the more it's acted upon. And again, I didn't want to interrupt, but that's why I wrote it down, because my brain keeps going, well, that's the same with curiosity, right? If you just sit on your deck and stare up at the sky and say, well, what if blah, 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 and you never get off your deck, then that curiosity, it's not that it has no value, but it has minimal value, right? But if that curiosity or question gets you off your deck and, like, asking somebody, or finding out online, or building something, or writing something, or sharing, or doing something, right, that creates that momentum that you're talking about, then the value of that curiosity goes up. And that's just fascinating, that again, maybe I've thought of this, but I've never expressed it or heard it expressed this way. And again, you're talking about cryptocurrency, but it's an easy parallel or overlay to the process of curiosity based thinking and curiosity in general. And then, of course, like, what if we exchange curiosity for something? Like, what does that look like? I have no idea, but it is. And then, well, what if curiosity is an asset? And then, well, then it not only can, but it should be exchanged. So these are I love these questions. They don't have answers yet, but again, now it's time to execute these. Now it's time to keep going with them and see what could come from these. But I think those are really powerful questions to start asking, that to create some momentum towards something
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we have Matt. We have this tool in the curiosity based thinking
Mhm.
that is the what to wow.
Yeah.
And and this is a perfect example. Because the what to wow, this is not something that you will be using yourself. This is
Mhm.
something that should be used in groups. No,
Yeah. Cool.
it's better if you work with some small groups, and you use the tool with the what to wow.
Yeah.
If we move to the cryptocurrency concept, how do you create more currency? You have to mine. It's the
Yeah.
mining process, and the mining process is not static. The mining process in the cryptocurrency, it has some set of algorithms. It
Hmm.
has a lot of power, a lot of CPU power, in
Hmm.
order to solve those algorithms. And the more power you put into the mining process, the more likely, it's not for sure, it's the most likely,
Yeah.
the most likely you will be rewarded in that specific coin.
Hmm.
And I think curiosity, if we say, hey, let's go to the mining process, and what is the mining process about? And the mining process is the what to wow. but
Yeah.
this is a way of mining curiosity,
Mhm.
because yeah, it's there. It's like a gold mine. The gold is there, but you do not know exactly where the gold is.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with curiosity. It's about the process of mining the curiosity. What tool do you use for mining? Hey, you
Mhm.
use them out to wow, and you use the other set of tools that we have for the what if process.
Yeah.
And I think that perfect correlates with the thing, because for the company, if you're just sitting on your desktop and doing the day-to-day work and every single day, hey, you go by the procedure, you are not creating value.
No.
Maybe you are exchanging your work for some tool that will convert into some pieces of the puzzle. But
Yeah.
if you want to create value in your company, you have to go to the places where the value it could be mined. And curiosity, I think, is a perfect example. Hey, let's go to the mining session.
Yeah.
And the mining session, the tool that we are using is the what tool. And that is the same concept of a cryptocurrency. And the more you are putting efforts and time and people into
Mhm.
that meetings, into those executions, the more value you are adding for your company. That's
Mhm.
my thinking. That's my way of relating these two crazy concepts.
Yeah. I like that. No, the whole concept of even visual of mining. I like the idea of like the cryptocurrency is your mining value, and the same with curiosity, right? You are mining, and you can mine different things. Like even
Good.
like there are shit coins, right? There are
Yeah,
cryptocurrencies
it
that
is.
are
Sure.
worth, but you can get curious about stuff that doesn't matter, right? Or I mean, you could probably say, certain things have more value to get curious about. And others, maybe you're just curious about it for the community. I mean, everything doesn't have to be serious. The same way with cryptocurrency, right? That's what people have portfolios, right? And ideally, with curiosity, you should be curious about several things, not just a single thing. So that's kind of interesting too. You can, I know I say I don't know anything about cryptocurrency. I know some, and I know, some people who know a lot more than I do, and they tend to not only have, but in some ways even maybe brag's the wrong word, but at least they're proud about the diversity of their portfolio, their crypto portfolio. Like, they don't have every coin, but they have specific coins, and they have a story behind why they hold this coin or what they think about this one or that one. And curiosity can be similar in that way, that we all, we may be curious about the same coin, and there may be coins that we don't share curiosity, but where that overlap is, yeah, it's a lot of similarities. It's so funny because when you ask this question, it's one of those I was like, wow, that's a hard question um to respond to. But the more I thought about it, it's fascinating. There's so many,
Yeah,
so many curious.
it's about the mining. It's being curious about some questions that actually we don't know if actually we might be able to find an answer. And the thing is, as we said in many previous chapters, it's
uh,
not about the final goal. It's about the process of letting yourself to be in the middle of something that you'll be discovering things that at some point you didn't know
mhm.
that it exists. And that's the thing, Matt. So it was really nice to start this season with this really interesting topic. Let's see how people, I don't know, is interpreting our
Yeah,
proposal about making the curiosity a cryptocurrency, or maybe a currency, a way of
yeah,
exchanging value. So, Matt, it's really nice to see you again.
yes,
Let's get curious about these things, many more this
de-
year.
definitely. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Thanks. Bye bye.